everyone, I'm 𝐿𝐎𝐑𝐄 from Fitness with Cheryl. Welcome to my 40-minute all levels Pilates class. We'll be working upper body, some lower body and of course your midsection, so your core. So just going to start lying down on the mat with your arms by your side and your heels underneath your knees. So just taking a few seconds to activate your core muscles. You're going to take a big breath in, pulling up between the legs if you're preventing the flow of water. And hold those muscles in as tight as you can as you breathe out. And then on your next big breath in, pull your tummy in as tight as you can and then just push the lower back down into the mat and hold those muscles in as tight as you can as well. So holding all of those core muscles in nice and tight, you're just going to start warming up through your spine by lifting your hips up off the floor a small amount to begin with. And then each time you lift, I want you to lift a tiny bit higher, keeping the full foot down on the floor. And coming up each time, lifting one more section of the spine off the mat. So you're gradually lifting all the way up onto your shoulder blades and back down in a smooth, continuous, flowing move. So nice and high. And we'll do 3 more. Right, and then hold the third one up and activate the glutes. So the glutes are the muscles in your bottom. You're going to hold them in and focus on breathing right up into the ribs and the chest. So from here and lower, there's no rise and fall. So you're breathing high from the waistband and lower, there's no rise and fall. 5 breaths in and 5 breaths out in this position. Just making sure you keep the full foot down on the mat. Try and keep your heels underneath your bottom. Underneath your knees even. That's it. Once you've done those breaths, slowly take each section back down onto the floor. And then take your arms out to the side and bring your knees up above your hips. Hold your knees here at 90 degrees and then slowly take them from one side to the other, keeping your head in the center and keeping 90 degrees at the knee and 90 degrees at the hip. Keep your upper back right down on the floor and just try to increase the range with each one. So just try and push a little bit further each time. And maintain full, maintain full contact, with your upper back, your arms and your hands on the mat. So 4 more times, please. Nice big range every time. So you've got to make sure you feel the stretch. And then hold that last one in the center. And bring your arms back by your side, and from there just tap the toe or the heel down on the floor, making sure you're keeping that 90-degree angle. Point the toes. Keep your lower back right down on the mat throughout. So you're pulling this tummy in as tight as you can, reducing the space between your tummy and the lower back, and the lower back stays in contact with the mat. 4 more then, please. Well done, and then just slowly lower both feet down towards the floor. And just relax through your core muscles as we stretch through the hamstrings. So you're going to take one leg up, keep it as straight as you can, lift all the way up, holding on to the back of the leg. So try not to pull on the back of the knee here. Keep it straight and hold. Well done, release that down. And then do the same thing on the other side. So your hand just above or just below the knee. And pull that straight leg in towards your chest. Lovely. So from there, moving on to your first move the double leg extension. Once you hold your knees back above the hip, straighten out your legs, and from here just make sure your core muscles are switched on so your lower back stays right down into the mat and your tummy tight. Sometimes it helps here to have your hands into your lower backs, just reducing the space. So you're just going to lower the legs down towards the floor and slowly back up. Now remember, you're in control here of the range of movement. So if your back starts to lift, that's your maximum range for today. Really use your tummy to keep the lower back down. Your option here, if you don't want to lower both legs, just releasing one leg at a time, keeping the remaining leg nice and straight and above the hip. So 4 more, please. Your own option, either double legs or single. Well done. Once you've done those 4, lightly place your heels underneath your knees, lift your hips up high. Squeeze the muscles in your bottom again, so the shoulder bridge position. And then if you can, just bring your left knee up, hold it at 90 degrees and focus on breathing again. So nice and high, up into the ribs and the chest. 3 breaths in, 3 breaths out. Well done, then place that foot down, place your hips down, bring your knees back above the hips and into round 2. So straighten your legs out again, keep the head down, then lower and lift. Remember, you're in control of the range, so you don't have to go all the way down. And of course, you can just take one leg down at a time, so you're alternating single legs. All the time, just be mindful of your core muscles. Pull your tummy into the lower back and push the lower back down into the mat. Just keep your head into the center as well, so your spine stays nice and long. We have 4 more. Well done. When you've done those 4, place your heels back underneath your knees, lift your hips up to shoulder bridge. Remember here we activate the muscles in the bottom, and then you're going to bring your right knee up, hold it at 90 degrees again. 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out. Breathe nice and high, hold the knee above the hip and the rest of the leg parallel to the floor. Well done, and then slowly place that down and place your hips down as well. Then just slide your heels away, making sure you've still got a slight bend at the knee. So from there, you're coming all the way up into roll-ups, curling out through the spine, the chest up to the knees, and then slowly back down. So your option here is, if you get up to the point and you can't lift anymore, prop your hands just underneath your shoulders, and then the same thing on the way back down. So if you get to here, you need your hands to just assist you, then that's fine. So you establish which option you're going to take. Now we're going to do 5 more. So we're hollowing out through the spine, creating that C shape. Tummy stays tight, slight bend at the knee. Try and keep your arms as straight as you can, all the way through. And remember, if you need them, just to assist you at the point of most tension, then that's fine. So 2 more then, please. So all the way up, bringing your knees, or your chest all the way up to the knees. Lovely, well done. Then all the way down. And then just bring your arms by your side. Lift your head up. Bring your knee right in towards the shoulder and hover your opposite leg up off the floor. Point the toe and squeeze your thigh. And then the same thing on the other side. Bring that knee as close towards your chest as you can. Change again. Lovely, one last time. That's great. So then just roll over, side onto the camera, and place your elbow right underneath your shoulders. So we're going into side bends. So from here you're going to lift your hips up as high as you can off the floor and reach your top arm up and over, so your bicep or the top of your arm is coming up by your ear. Now your option here is to just keep that bottom knee down on the floor. So we're doing 12 of these, lifting the hips up as high as you can every time. So you're crunching in here and stretching through this top side. Well done, so 6 more. And just make sure that you're pushing the weight down through your forearm rather than your elbow. Lovely, so 3 more then please. Lovely, then take that down and just lay in a nice straight line. Dropping the head down on the bottom arm and using this top arm for support. You're keeping your hips facing forwards and nice and still. You're going to take that top leg up as high as you can and pull it back down, pointing the toe and keeping your thigh nice and strong. So I want you to lift as high as you can every time. So don't ever just go through the motions. I want you to feel every rep. High and back down. Point the toe. Use your tummy to keep your hips facing forwards. And remember, we're not just lifting and lowering, we are pushing and pulling. Well done, so 3 more then please. Right up as high as you can and pull it back down slowly. Lovely, and then bring your bottom arm in slightly and take your top arm above the head and then lift up, bringing your ribs up to the hips and extend down. Lift high and extend. So 12 of these, bringing your fingertips all the way up to your toes, decreasing the angle between the ribs and the hips. Try and keep that bottom leg nice and straight. You just see that mine's elevated slightly. If you can't do that, it's fine to keep your bottom leg down on the floor. Just make sure you're always long and lean. Lift high and extend down. Really reaching through your fingertips and pushing through your toes. So your next one is the last one. Well done. Extend down. Place this top arm in front again and the bottom arm down underneath the head. And then this time you're going to take that front leg, the top leg out in front, as far as you can again. Keep your thigh tight, push, pull. We're doing 12 times again. Every single time, commit to the range. So don't go halfway, go as far as you can and push a little bit further every time. 5 more then please. Just keep that top foot at hip height. Nearly there. So just be mindful of your tummy again, nice and tight. This time, last one. Well done. And then just bring your heel in towards your bottom and keep your knees together. Stretch through that thigh by pushing down through your top knee. Lovely, well done. So just release that and then roll over onto your tummy into swan dive. So from this position, your chin right into your chest, your heels together. You're just going to lift and lower the upper body with an option here of keeping your arms right down on the mat. So keep your heels together Squeeze your thighs on your bottom and pull your tummy in towards the lower back. Now you should feel nice, slight muscular tension here through your lower back. And again, you're in control of the range, so don't lift too high. 4 more times, please. Well done, and last one. And from there, release that down and then into the hover. So I want your elbows underneath your shoulders and then just lift your thighs up off the floor. And you have an option here of just placing the knees and the feet together, knees down on the mat. So squeeze your thighs if you're in the full hover position. And make sure your whole body is parallel to the floor. Forearms down. And again, focus on breathing up into the ribs in the chest. So there's no rise and fall in the lower section of your abdominals. 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Lovely, when you've done 5 breaths, come up onto your hands. Again, it's fine here to have your knees down. So I just want you to make sure that your hands are facing forwards and are right underneath your shoulders. Then you're going to lift your hips up as high as you can and push the heels down. So into down dog. Hold it here. 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. For every breath out, I want you to push your heels further towards the floor. And all the time, pull your tummy in as tight as you can. Once you've done those 3 breaths, shoulders back over fingertips. You may need to drop your knees down here. If not, chest first down towards the floor. And then just push your heel or your bottom back onto your heels and reach through your fingertips. Stretch out in as tight as you can. Just drop the head down and relax. Lovely, well done. So then your head at the opposite side of the mat. So other end, with your elbow directly underneath your shoulder, legs out straight. You're going to lift the hips up again as high as you can and back down. Option here is just to keep your bottom knee down on the floor. So remember to work within your means. We're strengthening the lower back, not destroying it. So that top arm up and over the head, and try and keep your feet down on the floor. So as you lift, just avoid coming up onto your toes. Up as high as you can and back down. And we've got 4 more. So remember, we're doing 12 in total. Lovely, just 1 more. And then take that down and drop your head down on your bottom arm. Long and lean, use your top arm here to support your weight, and then push that top leg up as high as you can and pull it back down. Push and pull. Reach through your fingers and push through your toes on the underside. So you're always long and lean. Remember, we're never going through the motions, we're feeling every rep. So your thighs switched on, toes pointed, and always a maximum range. 5 more, push up and pull back down. Lovely, well done. So make this your last one. Put it all the way down, and then just bring your bottom arm in slightly to help you balance, and take your top arm above the head, and then you're lifting up, bringing this top knee up above the hip, and then extending out. So bring your knee right into the chest, and your fingertips all the way up towards your feet. Coming right up onto the elbow. We're doing 12 reps, lift high, reach out. So a big crunch, followed by your biggest stretch out. Well done. So 4 more times, please. Great job. 1 more time. Well done. Take that all the way down and then place that bottom arm down. Place your head down, and this time you bring that top leg as far as you can in front and back to the midline. 12 times. Now remember, you might feel a little bit stronger on this side. You might feel a little bit more flexible on this side, and that's completely normal. So full range, keeping your thigh strong and keeping long and lean through your bottom half. 5 more, please. So really push and pull, keeping that arm in front and keeping your leg at hip height. Excellent. 2 more then, please. Well done. Then bringing your heel into your bottom again. Keep your knees together and push down through that top knee so you're stretching through your thigh, and hold it there. Great, well done. So then release that down and roll over onto your tummy again. So into swimming. You're going to have your arms out in front at shoulder height and your feet at hip height. Tuck the chin into the chest. You're going to lengthen through your right arm and your left leg, and then lift and lower. And then the left arm and the right leg, lift and lower. So you're extending your levers to create the lift. Squeeze your bottom as you lift as well. And the chin into the chest so your spine is always nice and long. That's a good job. 4 more then, please. So 2 more on each side. Once more. Excellent. And then into hover again. So your elbows directly underneath your shoulders and hold your whole body parallel to the floor. An option of having your knees down. Now if at any point you start to feel tension in your lower back, then it's time to place your knees down on the floor. But squeeze your thighs, forearms down on the floor rather than pushing through your elbows. And now just focus on breathing nice and high again. If you can, another 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Well done. And up to plank. You may need to put your knees down, that's fine. So just hold it here again. And then lift your hips up and push your heels down towards the floor again. Reach through the fingertips and push out. Each breath out, push your heels further towards the floor. Well done. So then bring that back in and turn, lifting your left arm. Reach out here. It's fine here to have a knee down on the floor. Stay. So you're in a T shape, hips high. And then through the center and turn the other way. So just make sure that your hand is directly underneath your shoulder and then your other arm directly above your shoulder. Well done. Then back into the center and knees down if you need to, otherwise chest first towards the floor. And then again, Push your bottom back onto your heels and reach through your fingertips. Drop the head down. Hold it here. Well done. And then onto your back. So in this position, we're going to work on focusing on through this front muscle. So you're going to have your arms above your head and your knees up above your hips. I want you to just take a few seconds here to activate your core muscles again. So pull everything in here and push your lower back down into the mat. And then you're just going to lift your head and shoulders up off the floor, bringing your fingertips up towards your toes and then lower arms and legs. So remember here, it's important to just take the legs down as far as your lower back remains on the mat. So if it starts to lift, then that's your maximum range today. Remember as well, like before, you can just take one leg down at a time. So then you're just reducing the amount of weight that you're lowering. Head and shoulders up every time. If you need to support your heads, if you've got any neck issues, then just hands to head and elbows open. 3 more then, please. Remember to point the toes, legs long and strong. Well done. And then place your heels underneath your knees, lift your hips up high. This time our arms stay above the head if you can. And then just bring your right knee up and point the toe. Straighten that leg out. Now if your hips have dropped to the side, it's fine to bring your arms back by your side. Focus on breathing here then. 3 breaths in, 3 breaths out. Well done. Bend and then that foot back down underneath your knee. Hips down, knees back up above the hips again. Straighten out the legs. We're going to do another set of 12 if you can. Lifting your head and shoulders up and your fingers towards your toes. So remember, it's fine to alternate a leg. It's fine to reduce the range. And it's fine to just have your hands on your head to support your neck if you need to. So work within your means. You choose the option. Nice and high if you can, and it's a nice, smooth, continuous flowing move. Well done. So 3 more. Well done, and then bring your heels back underneath your knees. Just make sure that both feet are pointing forwards. Lift your hips up high. Keep your arms above the head. And then left knee comes up. Straighten out and point the toe. Remember, you can bring your arms back by your side here. So another 3 breaths in, 3 breaths out. Breathing nice and high, right up into the ribs and the chest. Well done, bend the knee. Place that foot down, place your hips down. Slide your heels away slightly, so 5 roll-ups. Remember, if you need to, you can place your arms down, having your hands down underneath your shoulders. So create the C shape in the spine, chest up to the knees, hollowing out through the abdominals. Lovely, 2 more then, please. So, on this next one, go halfway back. Pull everything in tight, and if you can, bring the legs up off the floor. It's fine to keep your heels down here. Just go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your heels down, hollow out, chest up to the knees, halfway back again. Feet down is fine, otherwise 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, come forwards. Last time, halfway back, legs up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, forwards, and then slowly all the way back. Heels in, lift the hips up, and then bring your heels in a little bit further. Bring them off the floor and push your hips even higher. So really stretching out through the front of your hips and your hip flexors. Hold it here. Well done. And then just walk the feet out slightly. Place your hips down and push your heels away into a big stretch. So I want you to reach out through your fingertips and push out through your toes and just push your rib cage up towards the ceiling. Well done. So from there, just bring your left knee in towards the chest, pull it in and just hover the right leg up off the floor. Lift the head and shoulders, pull in as tight as you can and hold. And then just place your right foot down and stretch out that left leg, reaching high. Pull the straight leg in towards the chest, stretching through your hamstring. And then lengthen out that left leg and bring your right knee in towards the chest. Hover the left leg off the floor and hold. Well done. Place that left foot down, straighten out the right hamstring, pull it in towards the chest. Lovely. So from there, I want you to just bring that heel in towards your bottom and then take your other leg on top and then just push both knees down towards the floor so you're opening out through this top hip. Lovely, well done. So then that top leg at the bottom leg at the top, same thing. So push the top knee down towards the floor and hold. Well done, and then just bring both knees back up above your hips. Take your left arm out to the side and use your right arm or your right hand just to bring the knees all the way over to the side, keeping your upper back down on the floor. And then straighten out the bottom leg. Bring that top leg over a little bit further if you can. Remember, you're maintaining full contact with your upper body and the mat. Well done, and then into the centre. Right arm out and then use your left hand to bring both knees all the way over to the left side and pull them down. So stretching all the way down through your side. Straighten out the bottom leg. Bring that top knee a little bit further across. Lovely, well done. And then back into the centre. So from here, rolling like a ball, pull your tummy in tight, bring your knees right into your chest and your heels right into your bottom. Roll all the way back, trying to work through each section of your spine. Now remember, try not to straighten the legs, so keep your heels in and keep your knees in. And if you can, just try to keep your feet off the floor So you're adding that element of balance to challenge your core a little bit more. 3 more then, please. So all the way back and back up and hold. Well done, and hold this one. Use your tummy. Let's go all the way back. Well done. Then one lift up. And then come up onto your knees, stretching through your hip flexors. So one leg in front, push your hips forwards and keep your chest up high. So you just need to make sure here that your front hip is much further forwards than your knee. So you're stretching all the way through the front of the leg. Well done. And then the other side, same thing. So push that hip forwards, chest up high. Lovely. So then down onto your bottom. And from there, just place the soles of your feet together and use your elbows to push your knees down towards the floor. So keep your chest up high. Well done. So then bring that in slightly and take your arms in front, separate the shoulder blades and drop the head down, hollowing out through your spine again. Lovely, and that's Pilates for today. If you like my video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it around and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching everyone, bye!